I walked back and he stood up and looked at me and he went, like, what the hell was that? And I put my hand, I said, I don't want to hear it. I said, talk to your golden boy. There was a dark match with Shawn Michaels and I it was in Indiana in the name of school escapes me. It'll pop in my head in a second. And we're circling around in a dark match. This is the very first thing of the night. I know what they're doing. They want to see what kind of chemistry he and I have. And we're circling around. We go to lock up, and Shawn takes a step in and takes a flat back bump, and he's laying on his back laughing. Well, I knew in that moment Bill Watts has got steam coming out of his ears back there, wondering why I'm not stretching his ass right now. And I looked down and I said, unless you want your ass stretched, best get back to your feet. He jumped up and hand over his mouth and saying, take it easy, Dean, take it easy, calm down, Dean. And I knew Bill was losing his mind back there. The rest of the match was I would call something. He would go, no, this. And I go, no, backdrop, goddammit, whatever. It was like we were fighting out there, and I'm supposed to be calling the match. The only time it was the first time I don't think I did many times after this, but the first time certainly that I talked back to Bill. I walked back and he stood and looked at me and he went, like, what the hell was that? And I put my hand, I said, I don't want to hear it. I said, talk to your golden boy. And it wasn't long after that, we had another meeting in Michigan, I think Lansing, Michigan. It was the night that we heels laid all the baby faces out. And Bill had called a meeting earlier in the day, and Bob Backlund was in there. Mabel was in there. Kevin Nash was in there. Scott Hall was in there. Shawn was supposed to be there. It was a room full of people. And Bill, the meeting starting at, say, 3 o'clock. Okay, at 3 o'clock, Bill starts. And a few minutes later, Shawn comes walking in. And Shawn had this obnoxious knack of chewing his gum like that. So he takes a chair, walks right to the front of the room, and sits the chair down backwards. So he's, back in the chair right here, and he's chewing his gum. And Bill goes up to the whiteboard, and he's writing and stuff. He looks back at him for a second, goes back to the whiteboard, and starts again. Again, this happens 2 or 3 times. And finally, Bill puts the marker down, walks over to him, puts his hand in his mouth, pulls the gum out, puts it on the back of the chair. And you can see Shawn was taken back, like, this is guy I think he is, right? And Bill goes right back to the whiteboard and starts, tonight we're going to do this thing where the heels are going to run roughshod. And you can see all the baby faces like, oh, the boo-boo face. Oh, can't do that, Well, the outcome of that was initially, there were so many people in the ring that Shawn and I agreed we'll do our stuff on the floor. So I jump him, pick him up vertical, and drop him on the steel stairs. They took a great bump. A woman sitting right here in the audience was so incensed, she hit me with her purse and kept trying to hit me with the purse. And again, as a heel, like, okay, this is getting what we're desiring here, right? This is what we want these fans to do. Bill was gone like either the next day or the next week. It wasn't long after that. Like, oh my God, you just destroyed the baby faces. Again, not a single fan, certainly not this lady with the purse, going, that's it. I'm never buying a ticket to WWE again because Shawn Michaels just got beat up. It's a shame because I think Bill could have been the right, like, to me, Bill and Vince, opposite ends of the spectrum, I think would have been a good balance. And I'm sure there would have been tenuous times for both of them. This one not liking what that one wants and vice versa. But they would have been a good compendium, I think, at that time, and badly needed in the WWF. The baby faces were so predominant. They didn't really need my support because they're going to win anyway. I know that. So, I think that's what Bill was trying to push back against.